The body is no different than this earthen pot. Now you can just see that how when I pull it back, right, it goes.
Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more such videos.
Good morning. After having seen how to increase the forces of punch by using different elements, like in previous episode we have discussed the element of distance, space, and the element of acceleration and speed, and also we have seen altogether the traveling force. Today we'll be discussing about the second force, which is called the reflex force. The reflex force is also referred to as or known as a retreating force, reactionary force, opposing force, or counterbalancing force. And when it comes to the retreating force, it is one of the most neglected and least accorded force by the sportsmen, be it in the competition ring or it's during their practice or in the training. And when it comes to the martial arts dojos, we don't find many of these forces, most of the dojos discussing. What is the reason? The reason is, unlike a traveling force, what you see, the reflex force is not visible. It is unseen. It is totally concealed. Therefore, it is neglected. However, we shall not turn a Nelson's eye, a blind eye to this, because we have to use every available means to optimize, to enhance the force of a punch. Because all is fair in love and war. So we don't leave any stone unturned. We give equal importance to these reflex forces too. But what are the elements that influence this reflex force? What are the forces that govern these particular reflex forces? Now, when we see like that, there are two elements that influences your reflex forces. Number one is the biomechanics, which we have seen in the traveling force also. Number two, it is the chi, the energy, the internal energy. These are the two factors which governs how do you deliver, how do you develop your reflex force or a retreating force. Now, let us see that briefly. What is biomechanics? Because since most of you may be new learners, biomechanics are nothing but it is the mechanics or the study of movements or the actions of your body, which explains that the reason being body works like a machine. Body is no different than a machine. It has so many movable, immovable parts. Like how? We have almost around 206 bones in the body. They are attached to through the various ligaments and cartilages, and we have anywhere between 250 to almost around 360 static, mobile, immobile joints in our body. All these joints, in conjunction with your neuroskeletal muscular system, keep moving like a machine. And since this body is a bioorganism, it is a living organism, we call it as a biomechanics. We call it as a living mechanics, living organisms mechanics. This is briefly the biomechanics. Now, next coming to it, these biomechanics, when we see, they are used by not only the martial artists of various styles, but also they are used extensively by every sports person or a player, and also by the common man in his daily walk of life. And without using these biomechanics, it is difficult to move. Like, now when I want to move, you just watch that as I raise my this particular ankle or this toe, as I put it down, I am supposed to raise my rear one. As again I roll back, this comes up. So you see this synchronization. Similarly, when I wanted to fold my knee, one knee gets bent, another gets straightened. So this you find that the action is happening. Similarly, the hip. When I draw the hip this side, the other one is moving forward. When I take the hip back, this is moving forward. Here, even the shoulders, which are involved, of course, in our reflex force, one shoulder, when you move one shoulder, automatically, without your intention, the other one moves back. But can you move your shoulder that side without moving this? This is where the disagreement comes. If you try to move your shoulder without moving this, like say I'm moving this, now it is fine. But if I just keep it and try to move, the disagreement comes, an awkward movement will be visible, and apart from that, it can result even in the damages. So, in most of the sports, apart from that, like, can you just hold it? Most of the sports, like as we see, maybe it is a discus throw, like when the people position for a biomechanical ability, when they are swinging like this for a discus throw, right? And when they wanted to do a short put, they use this biomechanics. And when they wanted to do a javelin, this is the way they take it. Can you expect somebody to throw a javelin by tying his hand back and like this? It's impossible. Similarly, when we use a kick in soccer, football, or it could be in our martial arts kick, you take up a position. You take up a position to kick. You see the way how the hands are moving. So this is how, in brief, the biomechanics function. Also, even in your daily walk of life, when you are walking, you can never walk like this. You have to move your hands. Can you freeze your hands and walk? You cannot walk. You cannot run by freezing your hands. You have to move your. So this is how the biomechanics works. Most important thing is, most of this biomechanics, the body mechanics, the living organism mechanics, they are governed by certain laws of the physics. You cannot violate them. As everything that follows the physics, like you throw an apple that falls down because of gravity. Here, the body also follows certain mechanics and certain laws. So, it is the Newton's third law which comes into use once you wanted to obtain or draw this retreating force or reflex force. What it says? For every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. So here, if this is an action hand, the reaction hand is here. If this is a performing hand, the non-performing hand is here. So it is from this hand that you get the retreating force. And in the retreating force, once the movement comes back to its supposed original position, be it here, maybe there, or maybe here, then the movement is complete. And apart from that, in martial arts, once we are delivering this particular punch, we must make sure that the retreating force must be almost equal to the traveling force. Means the traveling and the retreating must be equal. It should be equal. And the second thing, the energy that flows must be also equal. Then there is a balancing effect, that how do you balance your entire body? That must be also an agreement. And then finally, the trajectory of the movement must be in agreement. So these are the factors. And then next to it, the retreating force or the reflex force influences certain factors in delivering the punch. What are those? Number one, it stands shoulder to shoulder in supporting the traveling force. So therefore, it works as a force multiplier. The second aspect being, it produces the rhythm. And the third thing is, it's also useful for balancing the internal and external biomechanical movement, and in the absence of rotating force, that you may not achieve. And the next one is, it prepares you for the next move and keeps your potential energy prepared for springing up. And further, when it is not delivered properly, it might result in a damage, an internal damage in a prolonged period. If you don't have a retreating force properly balanced in martial arts, it may result in an awkward movement. So these all factors are important. Today, now I'll just try to explain you the force multiplier, the supporting of this traveling force, and the next factor being the balancing aspect of this retreating force. These two factors I would be explaining you today. Now here, your body frame is no different than the staff here. When you wanted to strike that end, you are operating here, and thereby you are attaining a strike there. Now when you wanted to strike that side, you are operating it here. Similarly, when I wanted to take it forward, now without operating this end, I am taking it forward. By operating this end, that other end is going and striking. Similarly, by applying force here, the other side is going and striking it here. Now you watch, when I wanted to feed my right hand for a punch, now I am moving my left hand, right? Now when I wanted to move my left hand for a punch, now I am moving my right hand. Now what happens? In this process, without activating your other hand, by applying the power at one hand, you are able to achieve the desired force. Now here I am applying much force from my left side, but whereas the striking end, the punch which goes to the right, now you can see that how it works as a force multiplier. How it works as a force multiplier by pulling it back. I'm just pulling it. So now you can just see that how when I pull it back, right, it goes, strikes. Now whereas more than this hand, what worked is I pulled it. Like more than this hand, I have pulled it. This worked only as a fulcrum. What I wanted to tell you is, hold this. What I wanted to tell you this, when I wanted to move this hand, by just activating this hand, this gets the power. By activating this hand, this gets the power. Right. Here, the body is no different than this earthen pot. The way how this air has occupied within this, the similar way there is the energy within your own body. So when he is moving his limbs, you watch that the pot is also moving along with that. Now here what is important is that as the body energy and the limbs move together, the pot is also moving. So both are in synchronization, in agreement and in harmony. What is agreement and harmony? The body's energy and the body movement both have to be in agreement and harmony. Suppose if he wanted to move this hand without moving this hand, there is no way he has to bring back this movement. Otherwise, the resultant thing will be the pot will break. So here, the most important thing is the reflex hand. Now, as he is moving this hand, the reflex hand has to come back for harmonizing the body and the energy. So the pot is a reflective of it. As it is turning around, the energy also circulates within your body. So remember that for attaining perfect balance of your limb, your body and the energy, you need to take an opposite side of a movement. Without taking an opposite side of a movement, keeping one hand here, if you drive other hand, the result then the pot will fall and it will break. So this is very important here, the reflex force.